What's up, guys? I'm Ace, and this is going to be the top 6 hyped fragrances that are worth the hype. So, you guys know how it is. So every once in a while, there's a fragrance that everybody will be talking about. It's, the manna from heaven. It's the new thing, right? And everybody talks about it. It gets hyped. It gets hyped. Sometimes it lives up to the hype. Sometimes it doesn't. But these are 6 of them that I think do live up to the hype. This is not my video idea. It's kind of going around the community right now. I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon and give my take. So to start it off, one that I feel that's hyped that is worth it is Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Now, the original Allure Homme Sport is still killer. A lot of people know that Versace Pour Homme gets heavily compared to it. There is a strong similarity, but the Chanel is a lot nicer. It's a lot more premium, and you can tell. And the Eau Extreme especially is a really awesome, fresh, minty take on that DNA with a little bit of added sweetness over the original, and power. But it's very natural, very Chanel, very high end. So worth the hype. Women eat it up, and I like smelling it on myself, and it smells of quality, and I feel that it is worth the hype that it gets, which is quite a bit. Next up is one that was hyped up to me by Mr. Big Beard Business over on his channel, Black Phantom by Killian. This is one that got an audible wow from me when I first smelled it. I got it in because, he kind of sold me on it. I smelled it and I said, oh, like, he wasn't kidding, because what he said about it was actually legit. Also, Curly Sense over there was talking about it. But man, it lived up to the hype too, and it's a wow. It's not a, oh, that is really good. It's a, oh damn. It's because there's no way I can communicate to you how awesome this actually smells. So for me, Black Phantom, an easy one, definitely lived up to the hype for me. Another one, and again, these really aren't in a particular order. These are just 6 that I think it applies to. Another one is Light Blue Eau Intense. This one is a big Jeremy fragrance. It's one that he hyped heavily, and still does, and usually wins his best summer designer fragrance video, and it deserves it. It lives up to the hype. It lasts over 8 hours, but it's a really fresh summer fragrance. It is awesome. I highly recommend it to anybody. You can really wear it all year round. It is best suited to the summer if you have a collection like I do. It's a summer fragrance, but it's strong enough to works in the fall, works in the winter, works in the spring. Awesome one. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. Worth the hype. Believe the hype. Good performance, which is the reason why it's better than the original Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Next up is another one that got hyped mostly just from Jeremy Fragrance, but lived up to it for me. Paco Rabanne's Invictus. This one is not that popular in the community because it is so sweet. But the thing about sweet fragrances is women really like sweet fragrances. And this one is the ultimate, it's a player in a bottle. This is the player fragrance. 100% women love this. It gets you ridiculous amounts of compliments. Nothing comes close to this on compliments. I know Sauvage is talked about as the king of compliments, but to me, in my experience, Invictus destroys Sauvage. Invictus destroys everything because it is so sweet. And yeah, I get it. A lot of times it can be a little bit much for the wearer because it is like incredibly sweet and it lasts forever as you're smelling it all day. But that's the thing, it lasts all day, and you're smelling it all day, so everyone around you is too, and people around you love it because it smells awesome. Incredible amounts of compliments, completely lives up to the hype, really even exceeds the hype to me, because it gets downplayed in the community a lot. Paco Rabanne's Invictus. I know the 2016 Aqua, blah, 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 I don't even want to talk about that, because you can't get it readily anymore. The original Invictus is a banger. And does not get enough talk. But when it did, when it first came out and Jeremy Fragrance was hyping it, it was hyped and was worth it. To me, now I feel like it's a little bit underrated, but it was worth the hype when it had it. Another one that was heavily hyped, this one by one particular member on the YouTube community here, Leighton by Parfums de Marly. Man, this stuff became, this is almost a signature fragrance for me in the fall time and the winter time and even the spring. This is one that people genuinely know me for. And if it weren't for YouTube, I wouldn't have found it. So it's one of those things. This one kills it. Sweet, fresh. Hits all the categories. I've talked about this several times recently, so I don't want to go into it too much. But you know it. If you've tried it, you'll love it. Parfums de Marly Leighton. So worth the hype. Last one up is one that the Fragrance Apprentice likes to hype, because it's his favorite fragrance of all time. And it's one that, it's up there for me too. Creed Millésime Imperial. Man, like, you think you know aquatic fragrances. Like, you think you've smelled an aquatic and then you smell Millésime Imperial. And you think you've smelled an expensive smelling fragrance and then you smell Millésime Imperial. It literally smells like money. Like, just money and ocean. Like Poseidon's fucking wallet. Literally makes me feel like a millionaire every time I wear it. It is the best aquatic of all time, potentially. If it weren't for the performance, it genuinely probably would be the best aquatic of all time. Unfortunately, the performance, not the best, but oh my gosh, it smells amazing. And when people do smell it, which is kind of rare, but when they do smell it on you, when you just put it on or whatever, huge amounts of compliments because it smells amazing, but it is a weaker fragrance. So that was my 6 fragrances that got hyped, that I feel like completely lived up to or exceeded the hype. What are some fragrances that you bought or got into because of the hype and you thought that they were worth it? I'd like to know down below. Check out my album on Spotify and SoundCloud and whatnot. Check out my eBay store. Subscribe if you want more videos like this. If not daily, then 4 or 5 times a week, close to daily, if not daily. Yeah, you guys have a great one.